QLD Sentry with a mouse. Okay. Got quite the title. Final Yoshi, baby, feedless, clown, donut, die. I feel like I didn't read that in order. The final feed donut, Yoshi-less, die, baby clown. There's a lot of other orders, but I don't think any of them work well. This is the QLDC level. There's a Yoshi. Okay. I fell through the floor. It's a very blindingly green level. I see. So Yoshi explodes. Should check out the. I guess I should check out the other levels as well. Alright, so let's see what happens if I do this. Just leave the Yoshi here. I can't let go of the Yoshi. The Yoshi is glued to my hands. Alright. So far I get it. That's a problem. There's a Yoshi glued to my hands, and I can't do anything about it. Can I go to the house? Read this. Just want to read this. Seems important. The objective is to not feed baby Yoshi anything and or not to touch anything. You will explode if you do. That's not annoying. By the way, there are the lives are infinite, so have fun. I don't think I've ever seen a block do that. Where you hit it multiple times like that. That's just weird. Okay, so we have the level. Avoid touching things. Avoid Yoshi eating things. Simple as. Or simple enough, at least. I get the feeling that those are berries. I don't want my Yoshi eating any berries. That's a very narrow area to go through. Intriguing. I gotta say, it's got green and Jerry, but not necessarily green Jerry. Alright, so I can hug the wall. We wait. I think I'll like bob on top of the water if I don't do anything, and that'll probably be okay. Guess we'll try that. I did that wrong. Music's kind of quiet. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw this QLDC level. There's still a few that are in the list that I didn't play, or I did play once and then, like, left them pretty quick. But this isn't one of them. I never saw anyone playing this. I don't think I ever touched it either. Okay, yeah, you can just bob on the apples. Okay, that doesn't work. Makes sense in a way, but not a very good way. Apparently even bopping once counts as killing. I finally realized that thing to the right is supposed to be a pipe. That took me way too long to figure that out. Okay. Hug the ground. We swim up, avoid him. Then we bob into the apples. Then we realize that there are more Koopas here than there were last time, and that's disconcerting. Okay, this is a tricky bit. I think I want to, like, hover here. Over here. Please, please, please. Okay. New area. Do that. Okay, now the periodic motion section. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Oh god. Alright, well that one despawned. That works for me. Wait for a big bob. And for the other thing to line up. I guess that was the other important part. Okay. Just gotta be careful. Got to be careful. On the bright side, I did manage to acquire the gas can. Walked up to my friend's house, that took a bit. And then he wasn't there. I called him because I was worried. I didn't want to like knock on the door because he's got young children's. I didn't want to interrupt any nap times or anything just in case. And it turns out he and his kids were at a birthday party. So I had to, he had to drive back. Thankfully it was only like a couple minutes, but he drove back and got me the gas can. What's up, Matt? I went and got it. It was all good. And then I went to go home. I was like, okay, while I walked here, I'll take the bus home. Wait for the bus. And the bus driver's looking at me and like, yeah, you can't bring gas cans on there. And I'm like, even if it's empty? He's like, yeah, even if it's empty. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm walking home. So that was fun. Had double the walk I expected to have today. Did cleaning, and then I'm here. It was my day. What's the questionable gimmick? If the Yoshi eats anything, this Jerry here explodes. Those aren't red piranha plants, thankfully. And if I touch anything, I also die. So, there you go. Oh. Gotta wait for him to bob up. On a good cycle. Alright, that worked. I think this one's independent. I just gotta wait for a good bob. Even a bad bob. Footballs are not that hard to deal with. Alright, cool. New territory. And more footballs. That's... So, yep. Walking and cleaning was my day. Huh. It was all fake. All of it. Nothing was real. Did the bus? Okay, so basically I need to get a gas can because my car is out of gas, but it's also out of electricity. Typically one or the other is a perfectly normal problem. I can put more electricity in the car and then it will go and I'll drive for a while. Or I could put more, or I could, you know, start the car up and go drive to the gas station because the gas station isn't all that far away. Not in danger of running out of gas on the way to the gas station. The problem is I'm out of both. So I need to get gas, and then I put electricity in the car. Then I can drive the car for a while so it has more electricity in it. Then I can go and buy gas. So the idea is I'm going to put a gallon and change in there using my buddy's gas can. So I went and got... So my buddy has a gas can. I went to his house to pick it up, and he wasn't there. But he, you know, he showed up pretty quick. It was nice of him. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll take the bus back now that I have the gas can. This should be easy. It was not easy. I waited for the bus. The bus driver was like, oh yeah, you can't bring gas cans on the bus. I'm like, even if they're empty, because the seal had broken, so it was 100% empty. The bus was like, no, just shook his head at me. I'm like, all right, fine. Well, I guess I'm walking. So I walked home. Had twice the walk I was expecting. It's a hazardous material or something, and they're just like, no, we're just not going to let you do that. But I mean, it's probably like bus policy. One of those. I can't really get all that mad at someone for enforcing what's probably altogether fairly reasonable thing. God, hot. I do not like this. Nope. No, he definitely wasn't a dick about it, though. Like, he apologized. Like, sorry, you can't do it. I'm like, that's fine. Like, quite literally, it was a very non-dickish bus driver experience. It was just like, well, now I'm going to carry around this jerry can and look like a stranded motorist and or arsonist. So, that's the longest I've ever carried an empty gas can, I can tell you that much. Does not endear you to people carrying around an empty gas can, let me tell you. Not that anyone was mad or anything, just it certainly didn't get a lot of smiles on the street. But it's a temporary problem. I'll put gas in my car tomorrow. Then I'll put electricity in the car. Then I'll drive the car. Then I'll have both things. Then I'll put more gas in the car, and we'll have both things. And I'll pick my brother up from the airport, and we can go to Costco, and everyone can put on their party hats. It's a good plan. Even got my plan straightened out with my brother on the way over there, so it wasn't an unproductive afternoon. Listened to more book on tape. This is very much not the kind of level I generally like, which is usually just like waiting for a whole bunch of cycles to line up in just the right way, especially when they're RNG ones. I hate footballs for their RNG nature. I appreciate there's water on top of this football, but I'm rushing and I can't rush. But that was the excitement for the day. And the guest room is clean enough. I went and moved a bunch of stuff and stacked things into piles and whatnot. Like, I need to spend more time in there and put more effort, but worst comes to worst, as long as I get the desk cleaned off, my brother can sleep happy. And I do the sheets. I cleaned the sheets last time, but I always like to wash them since I don't remember how long it's been since I've had guests. So pull off the sheets and do a quick wash. That's on the agenda for tomorrow, in addition to getting lunch with my friend who works downtown. We were going to discuss something about something with D&D, but that's not going to work out. We're not going to have. I won't be at D&D for at least a bit because of ICFP this weekend, and I won't be at D&D the following weekend because I'll be busy being at GDQ. So I won't see him for a bit, so I want to make sure we got that discussion done. But doing something in the future, so it's relatively important to make sure there's a plan. Alright, we're back to the hard part. In fact, it's a lot easier than I think it is. It's just this one. There we go. Oh no! Ugh, I was looking at all the other things. I really hope that there are some checkpoints. It's a very tedious class of level. My eyes are starting to hurt looking at it. It's very green. Just hit midnight. That's good. Yeah, I wanted to clean up at least more of the GDQ, of the QLDC stuff, because next week BLDC comes out, where people, well, BLDC should be finishing up the contest, that portion of it. Portion where people can make levels. Switches over to judging, and once the level pack comes out, I probably want to spend some time with that before going to GDQ. Yeah, I'd have a problem, I don't know. I just keep wanting to add more letters to all of it. It's an alphabet-y thing. GDQ, LDC. I mean, it's possible. You got enough Mario people going to such a thing. It could happen. Wouldn't actually, that'd be a pretty funny, like, collab to do. Get people to make a level while at GDQ. And make sure it's questionable. You know, I think I'm close to the checkpoint, looking at it now. There's a pipe over there. It might not collapse when I get past that point. For all of my immediate grousing. But the funny thing is, I just keep treating this like a level where you're also stuck to the ground. Even though I can jump. I can clearly jump. But there's no point in doing it. Probably a more reasonable approach would be do some sort of, like, exquisite corpse thing. Just have, like, a laptop. I think the timing for that... Okay, that timing's fine. Have a laptop with Lunar Magic open. Be like, here, make the next section with just looking. LGBTQLDC. It might happen one day. It might. No, I didn't like that. Let's just go. There we go. Perfect. Good enough. Okay. What is going on? Toho music is going on. Okay, that's fine. I can jump. These blocks are impenetrable. That's fine. Let's walk between the Koopas. Koopa reflection. Under. Also, I'd point out I can't jump on the Koopas. So I have to avoid that too. Oh god, I forgot that those are edible. Probably better just let the green ones go past first. Assuming they don't immediately respawn. Didn't think there. It's a fairly original level. That's true. How you doing, Fries? Oh, I made it through the second section first try. I have to know. Is there anything else here? No. Pacifist Starvation Run. It is an original level name. I didn't read the whole sentence. But yes. 1 F0 screens of ground. Next QLDC. We'll call the level Well Grounded. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for playing. There's no credits. I can't enter the level. That's it. But yeah, that first section was a lot harder than the second one, just because you had a lot more room to maneuver. And you weren't waiting on multiple sources of periodic motion that were random. Those were all very static sources of periodic motion. So. Was fun. Don't feel the need to do that again.